Hi, I'm Scotty. If you want to learn how to service and repair antique mechanical clocks, then subscribe to my channel. Welcome to Scotties Clock World. Now that all the parts have been through the ultrasonic cleaner, we'll start to put the movement back together again. We'll start off with a count wheel. This piece here, you can see. Remember, when we took it off, we looked at the number of drops in the wheel, and they went from a small number to a large number, so that is the direction that we need to put it back on again. Now, taking a pair of tweezers, we'll get the clip that holds the count wheel in place. It has a little nipple on the end of it there that fits into a hole on the count wheel, right there. So we'll slide it on, get it in as far as it can go, turn it round, then using a pair of tweezers, we'll lift the end up and drop that nipple into the hole, and that will hold it in there. Spin it round, yep, that runs smoothly enough, it's not going to fall out, and it's in the correct direction. Now we'll take up one of the mainsprings. That's a strike side mainspring. We'll put it into the back plate. That's a winding arbor sticking out of the back there. The loop end of the mainspring has gone over the pillar on the back plate. Now we'll take the mainspring from the going side train, place it on the back plate, loop end over the pillar, turn it over, check, make sure they're both sitting out correctly, turn it round. Now we'll start putting the wheels in. Going side train, the first wheel. It's a bit easier to see now that I've turned it round. I'll lift up the mainspring so that I can slide the first wheel in underneath it. Put the pivot into the bush and it sits there nicely. Now the first wheel on the strike side, slide it in under the mainspring, align the lantern pinion with the teeth on the great wheel. Right, that's got him. Now, second wheel on the going side is an easy one. It sits over the top of the first wheel. Now, the third wheel sits over the top of that. Align the lantern pinions and the teeth, and then the escape wheel right at the top of the train. And that's the going side train assembled. This is the lift lever. We'll put that in next. It's usually easiest to put the lift lever in next and then put the maintenance cam over the top of it, because it can be a bit tricky trying to fit the lift lever in once you put the maintenance cam in. So we'll get that aligned. Next will be the maintenance cam, this piece here. Now we have to jiggle it in between the three levers on the lift lever. Right, that wasn't too bad. Yep, still there, okay. Now, third wheel or the warning wheel, the one with the pins on it. Oh, we've decided not to put that in at the moment. The spring on the lift lever has dropped into the hole where the motion work fits, so we'll have to remove that. Alright, while we're here, we might as well put the hammer in, which goes down there. We make sure that the long lever fits up under the maintenance cam. Now we'll put the motion works in. It's not particularly easy, there's not a lot of room there to fit it, but we'll get it in there. Down under the great wheels. There we go, that's got him. Put the pivot into the bush. And there we have it. Now we'll put the top plate on and start to align the pivots with the bushes. Top plate there. Turn it over. Fit it over the end of the winding arbors. The mainsprings have to be moved round a bit and adjusted to fit in. Hold it, little bit of pressure to hold it down. Now put a nut on each of those two pillars. That'll secure it while we're aligning the pivots and the bushes. Another view of aligning the mainspring arbors into the top plate. Adjust the hammer. Flick down the nuts a little bit more, a little bit tighter. The hammer's come out, we'll have to put that back in again. Lift the plate a little bit, not much. Tighten him down. Take your pair of tweezers. Now we can start to put the wheels in place. Starting off with the going side, it's the second wheel. The escape wheel has just fallen out, so we'll put that back in a moment. The plates have opened up a little bit and we've lost some of the wheels, but we'll put them in again in a moment. Yeah, they're a bit loose. Right, back again. Part of the motion works has come out back in its pivot. All right. Now back to the going side train again. An overhead view of what we're doing. No, that looks right. Well, that side seems to be alright. That's the going side train I was doing then. This is the stroke side train. You can see the lift lever there and the count wheel. I'll put a nut on each of the other two pillars. The whole thing's in place. Then we'll check the movement and make sure all the pivots are correctly seated. Right, now put the crutch with the pallets on the verge into the movement. Poke them out through the side of the plate there, the top plate. Loosen the plate a little bit for a little bit more room. So we can get the verge into its bushes. Not easy trying to keep all the other wheels, it's still in place while you're putting this in, but we can bend the top plate a little bit to give us a little bit more movement. There, that's looking better. Yep. The escape wheel's turning now. Put the other nut back on the pillar, tighten it down. A quick check once again. Make sure the wheels are set up correctly. All the pivots are in the bushes. We're not going to run the risk of breaking any pivots off. Strike side train is spinning freely. Escape wheel's turning. Not properly yet, but we'll adjust that before we finish. We just need it to be in place initially so we can check to make sure that everything is right and working.